but that kind of exhausted me. How about we go home and have a little truck tour? So, just where did Winter's Easel come from?
Years and years ago, I started using that, and it was because I did craftsy stuff, sewing and painting, and that mostly in the winter. And that because I live in Montana and summers are too awesome to spend indoors. So that's how Winter's Easel came to be. This is a new YouTube channel. I got a couple videos out, you know, good practice. But I've been wanting to just do a truck tour because I have lived in this altogether probably around 2 years. I lived in this pickup while I was working full-time. I'm retired now. So I thought I would just give you a little walkthrough. This is a 2004 Chevy Colorado. Got to show off my seat covers. Yes, I am a horse chick. More about that in another video someday. So I just did this little arrangement today. This is my pantry, and it will slide under a little shelf I am going to build over it, and then the refrigerator will go on here, and then I will keep one cooler. And when I get that set up, I will do another video on how I'm going to work that out. So, of course, got to have my hat. I've got, this is a shower head. It's got a little water pump in it, charges with USB. It works great. I have a little doggy pool, about a 36-inch doggy pool, I think, and it folds up. And I keep it in a little cubby in the back of my pickup. And I just kneel in that, and I take a cup of water and a bucket and pour it over my head. Works great. But if I'm ever in the mood for a shower, this is what I use, and it works great. Then I've got in here, I've got a beach umbrella. I've got my tarp poles. I got some trekking poles. And how I keep them in is I have a expansion rod hooked to the hanger hooks on my truck. You can see that. Anyway, and I have some of those bungee cords. They're looped around a loop on the back of the seat back here and through the pole, and it keeps it back in there, and then this stuff just kind of lays against that and keeps it in there. It's been there for years, literally like 6 years. So it's working out really well. All right, so I got every little cubby in this place is full. Down here, of course, I've got my hatchet that needs a new handle. Oops, my fancy hatchet cover came off. It's just a piece of hose with a slit in it. Goes on there. That's a piece of my truck I have to figure out how to get back on. It's my windshield bezel. Just fell off one day. Weird. Got a little foldable shovel. This I made about 3-4 years ago. I was living in my pickup then. And that, so it's a 1/2-inch plywood, and I covered it with auto carpeting, and I have all kinds of cubbies in there. So there's my bungees. This is like fire starter kit. I make my own fire starter, and as you can see, I need to make some more. That, and then behind that, this is all, hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. In there. These are all my fasteners. I've got a bunch of ratchet straps. Got all my tent stakes are in there. Got duct tape in there. Can you see in there? One-handed is but hard to get in there. I got paracord, clamps, carabiners. I got some survival candles in there. So that's where all that goes. Shove it way back in there under that little wooden shelf thing, and put it all back here. This has been a trial and error thing for years. There, that's how it goes on there. All goes back in here. And then this is a, you know, marshmallow stick, hot dog roaster, whatever you want to use it for. They just all go in there, and they kind of keep everything in there from falling out if I open the door, which they don't usually shift much. And that is the teepee for my little tripod that I put over the campfire and cook on. I keep a couple of warm sweatshirts in here year-round, and I hang them here so that when I shut the door, you don't really see what's in there. Okay, let's close this up. I washed the engine compartment of my pickup today, so I got the hood open so it can dry. I checked my oil. I do need an oil change. So, anyhow, this is the driver's side, and it's basically the same thing. Under the seat, I hook the windshield cover on the seat thing, and this is a starter thing. It's got USB, and it will start the engine and start diesels and gas engines and everything multiple times. And this here is my tools. So I have everything under the sun. I've got voltage meter, I've got hammers and screwdrivers and pliers and WD-40 and screws and nails and every little attachment thing you can imagine. Tape measured, I already say that. Anyhow, that's my tools. It's heavier than I'll get out. I really need 2 hands to get it out. And on top of it, if you look, there's just enough room for my Chilton manual for my truck. Yep, got one of those too. So, this is my little day pack, backpack. I have survival gear. One of these days I'll do a little thing. I'll dump it out and show everybody what I got in there. That stays in here year round. Here's my tools and my multi-fuel. I can do either propane or butane in that. I've got a nice little veggie or meat grill. Handle folds out. You can hold it over the fire. Works really good with like small kebabs. And of course everybody probably does the same thing. I got vinegar and water and soapy water. So this is my leveler for my truck. If I'm up somewhere and it's all cattywampus, and I have 2 of those so I can adjust it. I don't need any more than that. I've never had to do more than 2. Usually 1 suffices. That's where those live. And then this is just those plastic drawer things. You know, I've got my cords and all that for my portable solar panel. And I've got a bunch of, you know, trash bags, sandwich bags. And then I've got, in here is my cooking stuff. I guess this is the hose for my propane bottle for my camp stove. And then I've got a jet boil. Well, it's not a jet boil, it's a knockoff, but it works great. Fuel for that. I got a little coffee pot, my pour over, another pot holder, some pot scrubbies that I made, another thing of matches, filters for my pour over there, and well, I got lots of room in there to put some more stuff in there. And then up here is plates, cups. I have a USB pump that goes on my water bottles in back when I stop and set up camp. So anyhow, this will eventually be gone because I'm going to put a drawer under my mattress in the back. I actually like the windows flipping up like that. I get a lot of air. If it's raining, I can actually still have them open unless it's crazy raining. I have to do a little repair work on my Velamax. That's what I have on my windows. The cooler with the Reflectix on it. That Reflectix used to be on these windows, but they wouldn't stay. There's really no lip to keep it on here, and so I got this static cling total blackout stuff that I put on the window. It's just in the back of the topper, so there's, you know, no regulations that I can't have that dark of a tint. So, and when I close it, you can't see anything in there. And you can't see anything in there if I have a light on. It's completely black out. Then this is the back of my house. This is my home. I have netting over the windows. I had to sew that together myself. It's about needing to be new. I'll get another season out of it. These windows, the way they're set up with those struts like that, these wing windows, whatever you want to call them, I just don't know how in the world you would ever get a OEM screen for that, if they even exist. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you could comment. Let me know. This is my bed. And it is so comfortable. It is more comfortable than my bed in the apartment. And what I want to do while I'm thinking about it, I was talking about that drawer I want to build. So I want to put the drawer in under the mattress, and it will actually move everything over. Okay, this may be a little hairy-carry because from floor to ceiling, there's a sum total of barely 35 inches. I'm not tall, I'm only 5'2", so I get away with it. I can sit up on my mattress very comfortably. Don't have to worry about hitting my head. If I have a hat on, it'll knock that off. When I put that drawer in, that will change, but I have a plan for a little sitting area on the floor that will give me plenty of headspace. These are just those plastic drawers. I think they're mainstays. I built this little wooden shelf, and this drawer is just made out of cardboard. It houses all kinds of stuff. I wire matches and nail polish remover because yes, I do my nails. I got some sketching pencils in there for my artsy time and everything. There's notepads and playing cards and hand sanitizer and some floral wire because that's how I keep this netting on. If you can see that. Oh, by the way, these are my lights at night. I just actually run on 3 AA batteries. I have them over both windows, and surprisingly, they will give enough light for me to actually read. And they last. Well, I just put new batteries in here, and the ones I took out were still working, but they were pretty dim, and they'd been in there for 2 seasons, and I didn't take them out and take them inside during the winter or anything, and it gets close to 30 below here. This shelf, this is where my feet go, up under here. During the day, my pillow and my extra blankets get rolled up and stuffed in there. This is my little extra pillow. These drawers work great. I got my carbon monoxide alarm there. I put these little Velcro things on there so the drawers wouldn't slide out, but you know, they never do anyway. I have an expansion rod. Actually, I have 2 of them in here. This is a candle lantern. I have that in there. If all my batteries die and my flashlights die and everything else, I have tea lights I put in there and light, and it'll actually give a little bit of heat. Not enough to, you know, make a whole difference, but it, you know, it is what it is. Above these drawers, a little bit of space, I have a picnic blanket, and I got inside there are my big towels. I have a beach towel, and then I have another big beach-sized bath towel there, and clothes in both of these. And then I usually have makeup and shower gear and personal hygiene stuff in one drawer, and the other drawer, like electronics and my crafty stuff that I like to do. And I have a buddy heater, which when I was working, some mornings I would get up and it would be like 17 degrees, but I never light this and fall asleep. If I do light it at night, it's only for a minute because it heats up in here really fast. So I can use my potty. Yes, I have a potty in here. So you probably saw it before and were wondering what it is. It's a little painter's bucket. What is it? 2.5 gallon or 3 gallon, something like that. It is a little bit of a feat of agility to get up in the middle of the night. I used to just do this as like a composting toilet, and so I got the coco coir and the whole bit and that. But still, if you don't separate your solids from your liquids, it still stinks. You got to do that. And so I had a Shiwi that I used in here for the liquids, and then I would just use this for solids if needed. And yeah, it worked okay, but this year I did something a little different. So don't worry, it's all clean. So I got a canning funnel, and it's not long. And so I sat on there and measured everything out, and I can sit on there. I have a little like a Tupperware thing with a hole in it. Let me take this off. You can see, and it just actually sits loose in there. When you put the lid on, it holds it right there. It doesn't move. And that, so this here is just actually got it at the dollar store, and the funnel fits right down in there. And then there's that, and I do have some kitty litter with me for the solids I'll put in there and that. And then if it's in the middle of the night for some reason, I can put kitty litter on it and wait till morning to deal with it and that. But I then take that bag out, tie it off. This is just for cleaning. I just dispose of it like you would a diaper. And if I'm out camping, I use that. I call it the stink bucket. And it has one of those sealed lids that screw on. And it's also the same size as the potty bucket. It's like a 2.5 or 3 gallon. Those are 2 3-gallon water containers. And I do have another one that I'm going to find a place to live when I go up camping for extended periods. These are just pantyhose with a hair tie over them, and so air can get in there and it won't get all mildewy and that, because right now there's no water in them. I have a USB water pump that goes on top of them. I either take them out sometimes if there's a picnic table or someplace nice to put them and that, but normally they just stay right there, and I use the water from them right there. They work great. I love them. This here is my Barb-Made first aid kit. Guess I could point the camera at it. So I ordered this bag from Amazon. It works out great. I had all kinds of stuff. I had it just in one of those drawers before, and I thought, I really don't need a whole drawer full of first aid stuff. Okay, this is Velcroed down. My little, when I go to sleep at night, I'm going to throw my earrings, my necklace, and whatever. Just got a place to put it. It'll come off if I need it to. So this, I need a selfie stick with legs. I know they make them, but I have a tripod, but it's a big old thing. Okay, so I have boots, shoes. I keep my propane and my butane down there. I've got the that pool that I use for the showers is in there too. And I got the Shiwi stuffed in there underneath all these shoes too, if I should ever decide I need that again. I just haven't quite weaned myself off of it. I can use the liquid container in the potty twice, but not 3 times. So, yeah, any more than that, and then I gotta do something else. I do have a coffee can. That works too if I have to. And this fan is, I like it. It's called a Friscool, something like that. Anyway, it tips every which way and turns. It clips on here. It has 3 speeds. It's a USB chargeable fan. So there's low, medium, high. Now on low, the description when I bought this said it would run for 60 some hours. So, and if it's hot in here, you have to have a fan. You can't survive in these truck caps without some kind of air movement. And it also has a light. Yay! And it works great, and it just clips on. It has a remote, so you know if I'm laying there. So, and I have it positioned right here so that when I turn this buddy heater on, it just gets crazy hot up here. So this will blow the heat around inside here and keeps this from getting hot. Got kind of offset away from there so it doesn't melt, because it is just plastic. But I couldn't find one of those metal ones I really thought were cool enough. There we go. I do have a nice little power station. It's a Bi-Bean pure sine wave portable power station. I'm not a know-it-all about this stuff, so, but it works great. And those solar panels that I showed you up when we were touring the front charge. So I actually was gifted this by the kind folks at Gone Again channel, Rick and Linda. I made a comment one time about, you know, everything in here I run on AA batteries, and he got a hold of me and said, hey, come on over. So this means a lot to me. It sits up here when I'm stationary. When I'm moving, it goes in there. Keeps it nice and safe and sound and cozy right in there. Of course, I got my fire extinguisher. I hope that kind of explains a little about me, where I live when I'm out and about. If you have any questions, just holler. Well, actually, I probably have to write a comment. I don't know if I'll hear you. So, it would seem that I survived this week's video. Yeah, I was so nervous to do this for some reason. I'd been procrastinating getting in front of this camera big time. I've always been camera shy and a horrible public speaker, but I got through it this time. As a matter of fact, I talked a whole lot more than you are hearing, but this video was already long enough. I apologize for that, and I hope you stuck it out with me anyway. I am sure I'll be doing another truck tour down the road with the changes I have planned. Like I said, if you have questions or want to see something, please post a comment, and I'll do my level best. This is a fairly new channel. Well, 3 videos down, and hopefully many more to come. So please like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell too so you don't miss a thing. Anywhere you go.